I remember the sound of Emily Parker laughing. It was the last sound I heard before my old life fell apart. Ethan, please stop. I stood in front of half the school, holding a small ring box. Emily, just listen to me. I have listened for years. Then give me one chance. Emily shook her head. I don't love you, Ethan. I never did. The courtyard went silent. Ryan Mitchell stepped beside Emily and sighed. Ethan, this is getting embarrassing. I stared at Ryan. You're my best friend. You promised to help me. I did help you. Ryan smiled. I helped you waste 5 years chasing a girl who never wanted you. My hands went cold. What are you talking about? Ryan pulled out his phone. Remember all those messages? All those secrets? All those times you paid for Emily's dinners, gifts, trips, and school projects? Why are you showing everyone? Because I wanted everyone to know how desperate you became. Emily looked away. Emily, I told Ryan everything. My chest tightened. You knew? I knew. And you still let me keep chasing you. Emily's voice became quiet. I thought you would eventually stop. I looked around. Students were recording me. Someone laughed. Someone whispered that I was pathetic. Ryan leaned closer. You want the truth, Ethan? You were useful. Your father had money. Your grades were good. Your connections helped Emily. You were never a boyfriend. You were a resource. I felt something inside me break. You used me. Ryan shrugged. You let yourself be used. I wanted to hit Ryan. Instead, I walked away. That night, my father waited in the living room. Ethan, sit down. I don't want to talk. Daniel Carter's voice hardened. You skipped your scholarship interview today. I know. You also rejected the university offer we worked for. I said I know. Grace Carter stepped forward. Ethan, please. I did everything for Emily. Daniel stared at me. No, you did nothing for yourself. You don't understand. I understand more than you think. I love her. Grace's eyes filled with tears. Ethan, love should not require you to destroy yourself. I looked at both of them. You never supported me. Daniel's face fell. That's not true. I don't need this. I grabbed my jacket. Grace called my name. Ethan, please don't leave. I kept walking. Years later, I understood what I had done. Daniel lost his business after the deal I ignored. Grace became sick from stress. Madison Brooks stopped calling because I kept choosing Emily. Ryan disappeared after taking everything he could. Emily married someone else. And I became a man I barely recognized. One rainy night, I sat alone in my apartment, staring at an old photograph. Madison had once written on the back, "Don't forget who you are." I laughed bitterly. I already did. My phone rang. Ryan. I answered. What do you want? You should have stayed out of my way. What did you do? You know exactly what I did. Ryan, my father is dead. I know. My voice cracked. You ruined my family. Ryan said nothing. You ruined my life. You ruined your own life. The call ended. I drove through the rain without thinking. Headlights appeared ahead. Brakes screamed. Then everything became dark. As I lay there, barely breathing, one thought filled my mind. I had spent my entire life trying to become important to people who never valued me. I whispered into the darkness. If I could start again, I would choose myself. Then I opened my eyes. Sunlight hit my face. I gasped. My heart raced. My old bedroom. My old desk. My old school uniform. No. I grabbed my phone. The date appeared on the screen. August 24th. I remembered that date. I remembered everything. 16 years old. One day before school started. The exact morning when my entire life had gone wrong. I stumbled toward the calendar. Tomorrow was the first day of school. Tomorrow I would meet Emily again. Tomorrow I would make the choice that had destroyed me. I touched the calendar with shaking fingers. Then I smiled. This time, Emily Parker, I won't chase you. And for the first time in 2 lifetimes, I felt free. I remembered another conversation with Daniel. You think money can fix everything, Daniel had told me. I only need Emily. No, Ethan. You need a life. I already have one. You have a person you're chasing. That is not the same thing. At the time, I had laughed. Now those words hurt more than the accident. I remembered Grace waiting beside my bedroom door. Please come downstairs. I am busy. Your father wants to talk. I don't care. Ethan, family matters. Emily matters more. Grace had looked at me for a long moment. Someday, you will wish you had never said that. Grace had been right. I remembered Madison too. You don't have to keep doing this, Madison told me. Doing what? Begging Emily to notice you. Emily is important to me. So am I. I looked at Madison and said the cruelest thing I could have said. Not enough. Madison's eyes filled with tears. Then I hope you find what you're looking for. I never saw Madison again after that. Now, standing there, I covered my face. How could I have been so stupid? The question had an answer. My phone buzzed again. Emily, are you coming to school tomorrow? I stared at the words. In my first life, I would have replied immediately. I would have asked what Emily wanted. I would have spent the whole night choosing clothes, rehearsing words, and dreaming about a future that never existed. This time, I deleted the message. Then another message appeared. Ryan. Bro, don't forget. Meet me before class. I stared at Ryan's name. My old best friend. The person who had smiled while destroying me. I whispered, not this time. I opened my desk drawer and found my old scholarship papers. The application deadline was tomorrow. In my first life, I had ignored the opportunity because Emily wanted me to attend a party. I picked up the papers. Not again. I woke before my alarm. I stared at the ceiling and wondered if the accident had been a dream. Then I looked at my hands. 16 years old. I whispered, it really happened. I knew better. This time, I would not waste it. I grabbed my phone and checked the date again. August 25th. The first day of school. I laughed under my breath. I'm really back. I remembered the scholarship exam next month. I remembered the company that would become successful after a small investment. I remembered which teachers would recommend students for special programs. Most importantly, I remembered the people who would betray me. My old life had given me something I never wanted, knowledge. This time, I would use it. Downstairs, I found Grace preparing breakfast. Ethan, you're awake early. Good morning, Mom. Grace stopped. You call me Mom. I smiled. I'm sorry. I guess I just missed saying it. Grace studied my face. Are you feeling okay? Better than okay. Daniel entered the kitchen. You're going to school? Yes, Dad. Daniel looked surprised. You didn't argue. I don't want to argue anymore. Daniel pulled out a chair. Then sit down. I sat. Daniel placed a plate in front of me. You have an interview for the scholarship program next month. Don't forget. I won't. You said the same thing last year. I know. Daniel frowned. I took a breath. Dad, I'm sorry. For what? For wasting your time. For ignoring your advice. For making you believe I didn't care about my future. Grace quietly sat beside me. What changed? I looked at my parents. I got tired of being stupid. Daniel almost smiled. That is the first sensible thing I've heard from you in years. I laughed. I deserve that. After breakfast, I walked to school. Every step felt familiar. But I was different. I saw Ryan near the entrance. Ethan. Ryan waved. I stopped. Ryan rushed over. Bro, where were you yesterday? I messaged you all night. I was home. Everything okay? Everything is fine. Ryan put an arm around my shoulder. Come on. We have to talk before class. In my old life, I would have followed without thinking. This time, I removed Ryan's hand. About what? Ryan laughed. Why are you acting weird? Am I? You're usually excited to see me. People change. Ryan stared at me. I smiled. See you later. I walked away. My heart was beating faster than I expected. Ryan had not changed. I had. I saw Emily. For 1 second, my old emotions returned. I stopped. Ethan. Good morning, Emily. Emily smiled. Are you coming to lunch with me? The question almost made me laugh. In my first life, Emily had never invited me like that. I knew why. Emily needed something. I simply smiled. I can't. Emily blinked. Why? I have plans. With who? I looked at my schedule. Myself. Emily frowned. That's not funny. I wasn't joking. I walked past her. My hands were shaking. I kept walking. Don't look back. Don't look back. Emily was still standing there. Idiot. I whispered to myself. Don't repeat the same mistake. Ryan sat across from me. What's going on with you? Nothing. You rejected Emily. I did. Why? Because I wanted to. Ryan lowered his voice. Are you angry with Emily? No. Then why are you avoiding Emily? I've got other goals. Ryan leaned closer. What goals? I smiled. You'll find out. Ryan looked uncomfortable. Ethan, we're best friends. You can tell me anything. Those words once meant everything to me. Now they meant nothing. Actually, I need advice. Sure. What? Do you know anything about the scholarship exam? Ryan answered too quickly. Not really. I nodded. That was interesting. In my first life, Ryan had somehow known about the exam questions before I did. I continued. I heard the school might change the test. Ryan looked away. Who told you that? No one. Then don't worry about it. I smiled. Okay. Ryan relaxed. I had my answer. Ryan knew something. I opened my old notebook and wrote down every important event I remembered. Scholarship exam, business investment, university application, Ryan's betrayal, Emily's rejection, my father's failed deal. I stared at the final line. Then I crossed it out. That future doesn't exist anymore. I heard footsteps. Grace appeared at the door. Can I come in? Of course. Grace sat beside me. You seem different. I am different. Did something happen at school? I thought about Emily. I realized I don't want to spend my life chasing someone else's approval. Grace smiled softly. I'm proud of you. Those 4 words hurt. I had spent years trying to hear them from people who could never give them. Now they came from the person I had ignored. I hugged Grace. I'm sorry. Grace held me tightly. You don't have to apologize forever. Just do better. I will. I opened the scholarship application. I filled out every section carefully. Then I opened a second document and wrote the name of the company I remembered. I knew the exact date the stock would rise. I knew the exact moment when everyone would call the investment impossible. I smiled. I don't need Emily. I looked at my reflection in the dark window. I need myself. My phone buzzed. A message from Madison. Hey, Ethan. Are you okay? I stared at the name. Madison, the friend I had abandoned. I typed a reply. I'm okay. Are you free tomorrow? The response came quickly. Sure. What? I smiled. Because I owe you an apology. Madison looked at me for several seconds. Ethan. Hi, Madison. You're early. I wanted to talk. About what? About us. Madison crossed her arms. You never cared about us before. I know. Then what changed? I looked down. Me. Madison stayed silent. I finally looked up. I don't know how to explain it. Madison stepped closer. Try. I took a slow breath. I lost myself once. Madison's eyes narrowed. And now I'm finding myself again. Madison studied my face. Then Madison asked quietly, Ethan, what happened to you? You look like you already know how this story ends. I stopped measuring my days by Emily. That single change made school feel different. I studied during lunch, finished assignments early, and spent evenings helping Daniel review business reports. Daniel looked at my notes. Where did you learn this? I've been reading. You understand the numbers better than I do. I've been paying attention. Daniel smiled. I'm proud of you. Those words still felt strange. Dad, there's something wrong with the Harper deal. Daniel's smile disappeared. What makes you think that? The supplier will raise prices next month. How do you know? I don't know for sure. I just think we should wait. Daniel studied me. Waiting could cost us. Losing everything could cost more. Daniel leaned back. Fine. I'll delay the contract. 2 weeks later, Daniel called me. You were right. I stared at my phone. How bad? The supplier increased prices by 30%. I smiled. Then waiting was worth it. Daniel laughed. Ethan, where did you get this instinct? Maybe I'm finally learning. At school, my grades rose quickly. Teachers noticed. Students noticed. Emily noticed. But I barely looked at Emily. The biggest surprise came during the academic competition. Sophia Reed sat across from me during the final round. Sophia was known as the smartest student in school. Sophia looked at the question. You won't solve this. I smiled. That's what you said yesterday. Yesterday was different. Then let's see. The timer started. I remembered this problem. In my first life, the answer had been discovered years later by a professor whose lecture I had watched. I wrote the solution. Sophia stared at my paper. You finished? Yes. That answer is impossible. Check it. Sophia checked my work twice. The judge announced, Ethan Carter is correct. The room erupted. Sophia looked at me. Where did you learn that method? I found it. You're lying. I laughed. You're very direct. Sophia smiled for the first time. And you're hiding something. Everyone hides something. Sophia leaned closer. Then I'll figure yours out. I walked away smiling. For the first time, I had found someone who challenged me without wanting something from me. Then Olivia Bennett approached. Olivia rarely spoke to anyone. Olivia came from one of the richest families in the city, but Olivia avoided parties, attention, and school drama. Olivia stopped beside me. Congratulations. Thank you. You didn't celebrate. I don't like crowds. Olivia looked surprised. Most people would love this attention. Most people aren't me. Olivia smiled. That's exactly why I came over. Why? You treated me normally. I frowned. Was I supposed to treat you differently? Olivia laughed softly. That's what everyone else does. I remembered my first life. I had once treated Olivia like someone far above me. Now I simply saw a girl who wanted peace. You can sit here if you want. Olivia sat beside me. Do you always talk like that? Like what? Like you already know what matters. I looked at the field. I learned the hard way. Olivia studied me. I believe you. Across the courtyard, Emily watched us. Ryan noticed too. Ryan walked toward Emily. You should talk to Ethan. Why? Because Ethan is becoming popular. I don't care. Ryan looked at Emily. You're jealous. I'm not. Emily turned away. But I saw Emily watching Olivia. Later, Madison found me near the library. You're becoming famous. I don't want to be famous. You beat Sophia, impressed Olivia, and ignored Emily. That sounds terrible. Madison laughed. Emily looks furious. I don't care. Madison became serious. Do you really not care? I paused. I don't know. That was the truth. Every time Emily looked at me, something old stirred inside my chest. I hated that feeling. I had changed, but my memories had not. Madison touched my arm. You don't have to prove anything. I know. Then stop looking back. I nodded. I'll try. That evening, Daniel showed me an investment report. Ethan, this company is strange. Which company? North Star Technologies. I remembered it immediately. This is the one. The one what? The company I told you about. Daniel frowned. You're certain? Yes. How certain? Certain enough to risk money. Daniel smiled. You're 16. I know. And you're giving me investment advice? Yes. Daniel laughed. Fine. I'll invest a small amount. I felt something warm inside me. In my first life, I had ignored every chance to help my family. Now I was changing that. The next morning, Olivia handed me a notebook. You forgot this. I looked at it. How did you know it was mine? You write your name on every page. Right. Olivia smiled. I noticed. Before I could answer, Sophia appeared. Ethan, I want a rematch. Already. I don't accept losing. Then prepare better. Sophia smiled. I will. Olivia looked between us. You two are strange. Sophia answered. Ethan is interesting. Olivia nodded. I agree. I looked away. I did not want attention. I wanted control over my life. But attention kept finding me. By afternoon, Emily finally cornered me outside the empty music room. Ethan. I stopped. What? Emily closed the door. We need to talk. About what? About you. I frowned. What's wrong with me? Emily stepped closer. You've changed. I know. You don't call me. I've been busy. You don't wait for me. I have other things to do. You don't even look at me anymore. I stayed silent. I remembered the rain, the hospital lights, my father's tired face, and Grace crying beside an empty chair. I remembered Madison's warning. This time, I would not live for someone else's approval. Emily waited for my answer. Part of me still wanted to be wanted. But wanting Emily's attention was not the same as loving Emily. I finally understood that anymore. I looked directly at Emily. For the first time, I had no answer that could hide the truth. Because I had spent one lifetime looking at Emily. And it had cost me everything. I knew Ryan would betray me. I just did not know when. In my first life, Ryan had stolen my scholarship opportunity, spread lies about me, and helped destroy my reputation. This time, I decided to wait. Ryan walked beside me after class. Ethan, did you hear about the business competition? No. What happened? The school is choosing one student for a special internship. I heard. You should apply. I might. Ryan smiled. You should let me handle the application. I looked at Ryan. Why? I know the coordinator. That was the same excuse Ryan had used before. I smiled. Thanks. I'll think about it. Ryan nodded. Of course. I'm your best friend. Those words almost made me laugh. That evening, Madison met me at the library. Ethan, something is wrong. What did you find? Ryan has been asking questions about your father's company. I closed my notebook. How many questions? Enough to worry me. Did Ryan ask anyone else? 3 students. 1 teacher. And someone from the business club. I already knew where this was going. Madison, can you find out who Ryan has been meeting? Madison frowned. You want me to investigate your best friend? Ryan isn't my best friend. Madison became quiet. You really know something. I know enough. The next morning, rumors started. I heard 2 students whispering near the lockers. Ethan cheated in the competition. I heard Ryan has proof. I kept walking. A few minutes later, Ryan approached me. Bro, don't panic. Why would I panic? People are saying you cheated. I know. Ryan looked surprised. You're not angry? Should I be? You could lose the scholarship. I smiled. Then I guess I'll have to prove them wrong. Ryan looked away. I'll help you. I appreciate that. I watched Ryan leave. Madison came toward me. Did you see that? Yes. Ryan looked nervous. He should. Madison lowered her voice. Do you have evidence? I opened my phone. I saved every message. Madison stared at the screen. You knew this was coming? I remembered it. Madison looked confused. That's impossible. I mean, I expected it. Madison shook her head. Sometimes you scare me. I scare myself sometimes. That afternoon, Sophia found me outside the science building. Ethan, I need to show you something. What is it? Sophia handed me several printed pages. I checked the competition records. And someone accessed your submission before the final judging. I stared at the pages. Who? Ryan's student account. My jaw tightened. Sophia continued. That isn't all. Sophia pointed at another page. Money was transferred from a private account to another student's account 3 days before the competition. Whose account? Ryan's. I looked at her. Are you certain? I checked twice. Why help me? Sophia smiled. Because I hate cheating. I laughed. You're becoming dangerous. I learned from you. Later, Olivia found me near the school garden. You look angry. I am. Ryan. Yes. Olivia sat beside me. What are you going to do? Destroy him. Olivia looked at me carefully. Why? Because Ryan destroyed me before. That was another life. I froze. Olivia quickly corrected herself. I mean, that was the past. I looked away. The past still hurts. I know. I have enough evidence to end Ryan's future. Then why haven't you done it? Because I want Ryan to suffer. Olivia became quiet. Ethan, revenge can become another kind of prison. I don't want forgiveness. I didn't ask you to forgive Ryan. Then what are you asking? Choose justice instead of pain. Her words stayed with me. That night, Madison called. Ethan, I found something else. What? Ryan has been trying to steal the internship opportunity from you. I closed my eyes. Just like before. What did you say? Nothing. Ethan, you need to tell the school. Not yet. Why? Because Ryan is still talking. Madison sighed. You're letting Ryan destroy himself. Yes. That sounds dangerous. It is. The next day, Ryan stood in front of several students. Ethan cheated. One student asked, do you have proof? Ryan held up a document. I have enough. I stepped forward. Ryan. Ryan smiled. Ethan, you should explain yourself. I don't need to. You were caught. By whom? Ryan pointed at the document. The evidence is right here. I took the paper. This isn't my submission. Ryan's smile disappeared. What? This signature is fake. Sophia stepped beside me. I verified the original. Madison held up her phone, and I recorded Ryan discussing the rumor with another student. The crowd became silent. Ryan stared at me. You planned this. No. I looked directly at Ryan. You did. Ryan's face hardened. You think you've won? I don't think. I handed the evidence to the teacher. I know. Ryan grabbed my arm. You have no idea what happened to your family in the first timeline. I pulled away. There is no first timeline. Ryan smiled strangely. Maybe not for everyone. I read the message twice. My hands became cold. Ryan had said too much. I walked toward the empty hallway and called Madison. Madison, are you alone? Yes. What? Don't tell anyone about this. About what? Ryan knows something about my family. Madison paused. Ethan, what are you hiding? I don't know yet. Then don't face Ryan alone. I won't. I ended the call and looked through the classroom window. Olivia was watching me. Olivia walked over. What happened? I showed Olivia the message. Olivia's expression changed. This is not about school anymore. I know. Are you afraid? I looked at Ryan across the courtyard. Yes. Then promise me something. What? Don't become the person Ryan wants you to become. I took a slow breath. I promise. But I knew the truth. If Ryan knew something about my family, then my second life had begun hiding secrets my first life had never revealed. My phone buzzed. I looked down. The message was from Ryan. One sentence waited on the screen. You have no idea what happened to your family in the first timeline. I stared at Ryan's message until my phone screen went dark. I already knew Ryan had betrayed me. I did not know Ryan had been connected to my family's destruction. I called Daniel. Dad, do you remember the Harper deal? Yes. What? Who introduced the Harper family to us? Daniel paused. Parker Holdings. My stomach tightened. Emily's family. Yes. Why are you asking? Did anything ever feel wrong about that deal? Daniel sighed. At the time, no. Later, I found several strange payments. Where did the payments go? An outside consulting company. Do you know who owned it? No. I opened the documents I had saved. Dad, send me everything you have. Ethan, this is business. I know. Then why are you involved? Because I think someone hurt our family on purpose. Daniel became silent. I'll send everything tonight. I ended the call. Madison entered the room. You look pale. I found the connection. Between Ryan and your family? Between Ryan and Emily's family. Madison stared at me. Emily knew? I don't know. Are you going to ask? Yes. I found Emily outside the library. Emily, we need to talk. Emily looked nervous. About Ryan? About my family. Emily's face changed. What do you mean? You know about the Harper deal. Emily looked away. Ethan, I don't know anything. Don't lie to me. I am not lying. Then look at me. Emily slowly raised her eyes. Did your family know the deal was going to fail? Emily's lips trembled. I knew something. What did you know? My father told me the deal would make your father vulnerable. I felt my hands shake. And you said nothing. I was scared. Scared of what? Losing everything. You had everything. Emily began crying. You don't understand. Then explain it. Emily wiped her tears. My family expected me to stay quiet. Ryan was helping them. Ryan gave information about your father's company. Why? Money. How much? I don't know. You knew Ryan was involved? Yes. And you watched me destroy myself. Emily covered her face. I regretted it every day. I stepped back. Regret doesn't bring my father back. I know. You don't know. Emily cried harder. I loved you. I froze. No, you didn't. I did. You rejected me. I was afraid. You used me. Yes. Emily's voice broke. I was weak. I wanted to scream. Instead, I whispered. You were. Emily looked at me. Are you going to destroy my family? I don't know. Please. I turned away. I don't want revenge anymore. Emily stared at me. Why? Because revenge won't give me my old life back. That night, Daniel showed me the financial records. This company received the payments. I recognized the name. Ryan's uncle owns it. Daniel looked shocked. Are you sure? Yes. Ethan, how did you know? I connected the pieces. Daniel shook his head. I should have seen this. No, Dad. I placed my hand over the documents. We can still protect the company. How? The next contract is a trap. What makes you certain? I remember the market. Daniel stared at me. You keep saying things that make no sense. Just trust me. Daniel finally nodded. I trust you. We canceled the contract. 3 days later, the company that expected to profit from our failure collapsed. Daniel looked at me. You saved us. I smiled. We saved ourselves. Meanwhile, Ryan's future began falling apart. His scholarship disappeared. His internship offer was canceled. The school investigated the cheating scheme. Then Ryan's uncle became involved. Ryan called me. You did this. I showed the truth. You destroyed my life. You destroyed your own life. You think you're better than me? No. I paused. I just stopped being your victim. Ryan laughed bitterly. You still don't understand. Understand what? Your death. My blood ran cold. What about my death? Ryan's voice became quiet. The accident wasn't random. I stopped breathing. What did you do? I didn't push the car. Then what happened? I gave the driver your location. I felt sick. Why? Because you were going to expose everything. You knew I was coming. Yes. And you sent me there. Yes. The call ended. I stood frozen. Olivia found me outside. Ethan, I could barely speak. Ryan caused my death. Olivia's eyes widened. What happened? He knew where I was. Are you okay? No. Olivia sat beside me. You don't have to be strong every second. I looked at Olivia. I spent so long thinking my death was an accident. Now you know. I want to hurt him. I know. I want him to feel everything I felt. Olivia took my hand. But if you become cruel, Ryan still controls you. I looked down at our hands. You always know what to say. I don't. You do. Olivia smiled sadly. I just don't want Ethan to lose Ethan again. Those words reached deeper than anything else. I realized something. I had been given another life. Not another chance to become powerful. Not another chance to punish everyone. Another chance to become myself. I squeezed Olivia's hand. Thank you. Olivia smiled. Don't thank me yet. Why? Because I'm still going to argue with you. I laughed. It was the first real laugh I had shared in days. But the peace did not last. Ryan appeared at the end of the hallway. Ethan. I stood. Ryan. Ryan walked closer. You think exposing me ends everything? It ends your lies. Ryan smiled. Then destroy me. I said nothing. Ryan looked toward Olivia. You know what happens if Ethan destroys me. Olivia stepped forward. Leave Ethan alone. Ryan ignored Olivia. Ryan looked directly at me. If you destroy me, Ethan, Emily will never forgive you. I stared at Ryan. Then I understood. Ryan wasn't threatening my future anymore. Ryan was trying to control my heart. And this time, I refused to let anyone control me. I stood in the conference room with every piece of evidence in front of me. Daniel sat beside me. Grace held my hand. Madison sat across from Ryan. Olivia and Sophia stood near the door. Emily entered quietly. Ryan followed. Ryan looked at me. So this is your grand ending? No. Then what is this? The truth. Ryan laughed. You think papers can destroy me? No. Your choices did that. The school principal opened the first folder. These records show Ryan transferred confidential information to Parker Holdings. Emily lowered her head. The principal opened another file. These payments connect Ryan's uncle to the company that handled Daniel Carter's business deal. Ryan stood suddenly. This is not proof. Sophia stepped forward. I verified every transaction. Madison added. I also have recordings. Ryan looked at Emily. Tell them this is a lie. Emily stared at the floor. I can't. Ryan's face went pale. Emily, I can't keep lying. Ryan slammed a hand against the table. You promised me. Emily finally looked up. I was wrong. Ryan pointed at me. Ethan forced you. No. Emily wiped her tears. Ethan never forced me. I stayed silent. The principal looked at Ryan. The school will suspend Ryan pending a full investigation. Ryan stared at me. You're happy now? I shook my head. No. You should be. I wanted you to suffer. Ryan laughed bitterly. And now? Now I just want the truth to be known. Daniel looked at me. That is enough. Ryan's shoulders dropped. For the first time, Ryan looked alone. After the meeting, Emily found me outside. Ethan. I stopped. What do you want? I wanted to apologize. I waited. I was afraid of losing my family, my friends, and my place at school. You chose all of those things over me. Yes. And you regret it. Every day. I looked at Emily. I forgive you. Emily's eyes widened. You do? Yes. Does that mean we can? No. Emily stopped. I smiled sadly. Forgiveness doesn't mean returning to the past. Emily nodded slowly. I understand. I hope you find peace. I hope you do too. Emily walked away. I watched until Emily disappeared around the corner. I expected pain. Instead, I felt calm. Madison approached. You really forgave Emily? Yes. Why? Because I don't need Emily to feel guilty anymore. Madison smiled. That sounds like the old Ethan. I laughed. Is that good? The old Ethan was terrible. Thanks. You're welcome. We both laughed. Daniel called from across the hall. Ethan. I walked over. The company survived, Daniel said. I know. We're safe. Grace hugged me. I am so proud of you. I closed my eyes. Mom, I finally understand. Understand what? You were never trying to control me. Grace smiled. You were our son. We were trying to protect you. I know. Daniel placed a hand on my shoulder. You have changed. I had to. No. You chose to. Those words stayed with me. That evening, I found Olivia waiting outside. Can we talk? Of course. Olivia looked nervous. I don't know how to say this. You can say anything. I like you, Ethan. I smiled. I know. Olivia stared at me. You knew? You're not very good at hiding it. Olivia laughed. That's embarrassing. It's cute. Olivia looked away. I don't want to rush you. I don't want to rush either. Why? Because I spent my first life chasing love without knowing who I was. Olivia looked back at me. And now? Now I want to learn how to live first. Olivia smiled. I can wait. I don't want you to wait for me. I won't. I raised an eyebrow. Then what? I'll walk beside you. I smiled. That sounds better. Weeks passed. Ryan faced the consequences of the investigation. The school removed Ryan from the scholarship program, and Ryan's family lost several business connections. I did not celebrate. I simply moved forward. Sophia became my closest academic rival. Madison remained the friend I could trust. Daniel's company grew stronger. Grace smiled more often. And Olivia stayed beside me without asking me to become someone else. One afternoon, I stood outside the school. The sun was setting. The sky reminded me of the night I died. For a moment, I remembered everything. The rain, the headlights, Ryan's voice, Emily's rejection, my father's disappointment, Grace's tears, Madison walking away. I remembered the boy I used to be. I hated him once. Now I only felt sorry for him. I whispered, "You didn't know any better." A voice answered behind me. "Talking to yourself?" I turned. Olivia smiled. "Maybe." Olivia walked beside me. "Are you finally happy?" I looked at the school. For the first time, I didn't see the place where I had lost everything. I saw the place where I had found myself. "I am." Olivia waited. "Why?" I looked at Olivia and smiled. "Because this life finally belongs to me." Olivia slipped her hand into mine. I held it gently. I didn't know what tomorrow would bring. For once, I didn't need to know. I had already learned the most important lesson. A second chance wasn't given to punish the people who hurt me. It was given to save me from the person I had become. I no longer needed revenge to prove that I had won. I no longer needed Emily's regret, Ryan's fear, or anyone else's apology. My victory was quieter than I once imagined. I could sit with my family without shame. I could look at Madison without regret. I could stand beside Olivia without pretending to be perfect. Most importantly, I could look at my own reflection without seeing a desperate boy begging the world for love. I had lost my old future, but I had gained something far more valuable, the freedom to build my own. I had spent one life begging people to choose me. Now I chose myself, and that was enough.